as a stepping stone or a launching pad into a fight with Marquez, which would be the best fight that could be made at this weight. Let's see if Johnson can give him some more problems than he anticipates.
Emmanuel mentioned the lack of success by Mark Too Sharp Johnson at this weight. Jhonny Gonzalez acutely aware of that and plans to incorporate that in his game plan to press him upstairs and downstairs when he gets a chance.
But you know, even though he's lost the last couple of fights that I saw, at least one of them, he still has never looked slow and that, you know, in bad timing. He just he fought guys with nailed him dead on the chin. But he didn't lose his reflexes seemingly, our coordination. Gonzalez is a little rare for the Mexican fighters, but most of them turn professional sometimes at 15, 16. Very seldom have long amateur careers. He had nearly 180 amateur fights, fought internationally, Pan Am Championship. Very unusual for a Mexican fighter to have that type of amateur background.
And you talk about that amateur background, Emmanuel, quite successful indeed, but thought about quitting after 2 early losses, but his dad, who trains him, talked him into continuing.
Lost his first 2 professional fights.
His dad was evidently a very good fighter himself also. I was looking at his record and talking to him. He seemed to get a pretty good background. He started Jhonny to box when he was a little kid.
Feeling out process in the early going here in round 1. These two were actually supposed to have fought back in September, but Johnson hurt his shoulder. But Gonzalez kept his eye on him throughout.
Well, if Gonzalez wants to have Johnson's name on his resume, he seems to be showing a little bit too much respect for him at this moment.
Yeah, Johnson is cagey a little fighter, but still, and I think that Gonzalez is going to pick it up. A lot of those Mexican fighters start out slow sometime like this, but pretty soon he's going to pick it up. By Johnson there.
Sharp right indeed.
You know, it's one thing you have to be a little careful going in with because he still has those good reflexes and a good counterpuncher. But as the fight goes on, it's going to get heated.
Time! Well, an uneventful first round. A bit more action toward the last few seconds of round number 1. And we'll see if round 2 will show us a lot more action.
In my opinion, that one counter right jab could have won the round for Johnson.
Ray Torres will be our interpreter for Jhonny Gonzalez.
He's afraid of you. He's afraid, and you'll get into the combinations and he'll stay away. Whatever you want. Jab. He's a little guy. Don't go so low. You stay tall.
And you got to get off just a little bit more. Okay? You're doing beautiful. Take your time, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
Well, they both not only will have to get off a little more, but connect a bit more as well, too. Gonzalez in round 1, 23 punches thrown, only 4 landed. Johnson, 36 thrown, only 3 connected.
Emmanuel, a fighter having trouble with weight, as Johnson plainly has, does that enter into the opponent's plan?
Yeah, I I think that the fact that Johnson probably spent more time the last few weeks trying to make weight than he did concentrating on actually the boxing skills and training properly. And, you know, when you look at Gonzalez, you can see he's a natural. Look at his record. He's been fighting nearly his whole life at the same weight, around 117, 118 pounds. But it does affect you a lot, especially when you go a long time and that weight gets to be like a part of your body, not just a temporary weight. And then when you lose that weight, it really upsets your whole metabolism of your body off after you carried it so long.
Yeah, but if you don't make the guy who's having trouble with weight work, then he's not going to have any trouble.
Right, but I think he's going to pick up here in a few minutes. But don't forget, Johnson has had a reputation of upsetting a lot of good young Mexican fighters also. So, you know, I'm quite sure that Gonzalez has a lot of respect for him, maybe too much.
Although not with a brawling style at all, Mark Too Sharp Johnson. As a matter of fact, he was quite emphatic when we asked him about a brawling style.
Yeah.
Nice right there by Gonzalez.
Well, there it was.
Yeah.
Putting Johnson back on his heels.
You see what he's doing? He's mixing up. He threw a straight right hand, and the next time he threw it more of a hook right the other side.
Left counter by Gonzalez, connecting on the noggin of Johnson.
Even though it's not exciting, I think Gonzalez is fighting a very beautiful fight. Because he's technically, systematically picking his fight apart and getting his rhythm going now, and he's pretty much sorting out the body movement and the rhythm, the style of Johnson. And Johnson is still a very Cajun, savvy type fighter. You don't just get careless and run in there with him. He's a very good fighter.
So while maybe not fan-friendly, tactically sound by Gonzalez.
I think it's a very good sound fight that he's fighting.
Well, the first round was decided by a counter jab. This round was decided by a straight right hand.
One punch, you mean, wins the round?
Rounds like these.
Miguel Cotto versus Gianluca Bronco coming up in Puerto Rico. You guys will be there doing that one. Hasim Rahman against James Toney. That'll be Saturday, March 18th.
One down, drop the break.
Upcoming bouts here on HBO.
Okay, do it at his power hand. Do his power hand. As long as you square, he's gonna hit you with a jab. Right? Get down here. Get down here. Make him reach for it. But you can't stay out here because you can jab and hit you anything you want. But then you take that back. 2 and 3 jabs. You got the rhythm. Get your rhythm. Okay?
Right here you see Gonzalez shoot a right hand straight down the center. If you notice, Johnson had no movement at all. He didn't slip to the left or to the right. And most of the fights now that I think about it, when he was knocked out with that exact same punch. Seemingly he had the difficulty.